Hi, hello. Must be another Monday. I welcome you to another video, and today I will be talking about how to start and keep up with a sketchbook. Because starting sometimes is not even the hardest part, but sometimes starting can also be a very hard part, and if you don't get over the starting part, you never even get to the filling part, so that's why it's a 2-in-1. Let's get it out of the plastic. It's nice and fresh and new. Hello. Could you please? Thank you. Now that we have the first barrier out of the way, of course, there's probably gonna be 20 people asking for what sketchbook this is. No, just kidding. It's a Talents Art creation. I'll also be making a review about this because I compared it to the Sakura sketchbook in the Sakura sketchbook review, and people keep on asking which one is the better one, and I feel like that's totally up to taste, and if I have both of them, if I have reviews of both of them, I can just tell people to watch both of the videos and then decide for themselves which one they think is better, which I feel like for me personally they're pretty close. My plans for today are to add a pocket in the back, decorate the cover, maybe start sketching and like adding goals and stuff. I don't know if I'll conquer the first page yet because I'm not sure if I want to do something special for it or if I just want to start sketching. I'll probably just start sketching though, which is something that I mostly do. I think I mostly do. Only rarely make like a special page or anything. So yeah, let's get it started. And for this one, I want to keep the decoration pretty simple. Just want to add a black handprint and then add the number 20 because it's the 20th sketchbook. Taking off all the rings from the hand I'll paint on. I'll probably use this sketchbook paintbrush. Gather some acrylics. Now, I don't know how healthy it is to put acrylics onto your skin. Probably not so much if you keep doing this more often. But as I said, I'll just do it once. But probably never again, or at least not in a long time. You can also paint other stuff onto your cover. I've done that in the past too. I have more videos on that, cough. No, just kidding. You could also leave it blank, add stickers, write on it, doodle on it. Don't do anything with it. Now, one idea that I also have for if you're scared to use your sketchbook is to paint the edges, which I'll probably do with this one, and or yeet it around, because then it will have scratches and stuff. It won't be perfect anymore, so no need to worry about if the drawings you put in are perfect. Nice, I guess. It's not centered, but whatever. Actually, kind of internally regretting that I just slapped it on and didn't center it. Well, guess there's no return now. Anyways, I'll go wash my hand. So now onto the number, which is going to be 20. I was thinking that I'll make the entire sketchbook kind of black and white themed with the yellow because I feel like it fits. Oh, Jesus Christ. It fits pretty well with yellow. It's actually way warmer in real life than on camera. It's kind of honey yellow, I describe it, but like lighter. Now on to other ways you could start a sketchbook. A lot of people actually fear the first page and they just skip it and never ever do anything with it or only fill it towards the end. I don't feel that big of a pressure for the first page, though it seems to set off the vibe for the rest of the sketchbook, for me at least. Actually, the first few pages. If they're more doodly and more rushed, then the entire sketchbook will be more doodly and more rushed. If they're more neat and uptight, the entire sketchbook will be like that. I'm not entirely sure why, and I kind of flip-flop between these two. By now I just came to terms with it. And to the actually kind of harder part, how to actually fill the sketchbook from someone who's already filled 19. Well, sketchbook 8 is missing 3 pages and I had to hand it in, so I can't fill them up now. But, pretty much 19 sketchbooks. Anyways, I tend to write down goals. Now, those are not like set in stone or anything. They're more kind of like a guide for if I don't know what I want to draw. For example, I have as a goal work on OC stories, and one that is at least have a kind of study session once a week where I try to work on one of the fundamentals or any other skill that I'm kind of having trouble with. So yeah, that's a great idea. I also tend to add the label of the sketchbook, so I'll always remember what kind of sketchbook it was. Challenges can also be very helpful, like 30-day challenges. But you can make the challenges however you want them to make. You don't need to make challenges in the first place. For example, 100 hats. If 100 is too much, just do 20. I don't know. Just making kind of little collections of pages, I feel like helps filling sketchbooks up because it feels more like you're working on a project rather than just on your sketchbook. Well, speaking of working on projects, of course the sketchbook is for sketches and planning. I feel like some people tend to forget that and don't know what to do with it and just put finished pieces, which each to their own, but I like having a mixture of more finished stuff and more planning stuff. I also feel like it gives me better flow that is kind of not as monotonous. I feel like designing characters is also a big part of how I fill up sketchbooks. But maybe you don't like drawing people. You could also just draw animals or just design a world or creature design. Just kind of work on a project even if you're never gonna do anything with it. At least you have spent some time, you learned some new skills, and you filled a couple of pages in your sketchbook. Or like me, the majority of my sketchbook is filled with stuff like that. Well, and some studies here and there. And actually, a thing that I feel like a lot of people also forget is not everything in your sketchbook has to be drawn. You can also paint, which is probably the closest thing to the drawing. Or maybe just write stuff. Write part of your stories. Write a poem. You can write down whatever you want. Sketchbook is not just for sketching. It's a place where you can kind of store your ideas and just have it on your journey as a tool of being an artist. Maybe you're an artist, an author, or I don't know. You can just use it however it suits you. It's yours, and make it yours. Kind of create the ultimate tool for yourself. Of course, collages are also a nice way to fill some pages. If you're, for example, not in the mood to actually draw or sketch or do anything that uses a lot of brain power. And don't underestimate collages. They can also help you to figure out composition and color combinations. And maybe they inspire you to do something else. I don't know. Maybe you turn the thing into a masterful painting, or I don't know. You never know what happens. What I kind of want to say with that is there's nothing that is not worth putting into your sketchbook. No matter how dumb your idea may seem, or how crazy or weird, just put it in there. No one needs to see it. Of course you can share it if you want to share it, but no one should force you to share your sketchbook. It's always up to you. Also, in the background you see me actually painting the first page. I messed up on a lot of things, for example the background, but I could actually salvage it by putting over some gouache. I also used some gel pens, which also, that kind of shows that you don't need to only stick to one medium. That's actually why I like mixed media sketchbooks, because they kind of allow me to use whatever I want to use, and I'm not hindered by the paper. Although this paper is not necessarily great for watercolors, I can still abuse it to take it. And I feel like those type of papers are the ones that make me the most comfortable, because I can use everything that I want to use without having super duper big troubles. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like I'm wasting some, I don't know, magical, high quality, super duper paper. And I feel like that's kind of the most comfortable for me to use as my main sketchbook. Listen, I'm talking about main sketchbook and side sketchbooks. Because you may be also interested in watercolors and make very detailed and watercolor paintings that require a lot of layers. And your main sketchbook may not acquaint for that. So you can also have 2 sketchbooks at once. Or more. No one is telling you how many you are allowed to have at once. Though, for me personally, filling up too many at once kind of leads me to not filling them up at all. And some of my quote-unquote special sketchbooks at one point also turn into my main sketchbooks. That's how I end up actually filling them. And we all know that weird art blocky stage of where you just don't have an idea to draw, but you kind of itch to draw. Well, I like to collect sketchbook inspiration by watching YouTube videos of sketchbook tours. I actually started making a playlist with some sketchbook tours that I really liked years ago. I can link that if anybody's interested. They're also great if you just want to have something playing in the background while you're drawing, I guess. Also, of course, you can also watch my sketchbook tours. Besides that, inspiration is not linear and you won't always feel inspired. But you can also just mix up weird words or use random prompt generators, or just look around your room and maybe you realize you have a lot of books or a lot of hats or a lot of plants or a lot of charts or something, and then you can draw your entire collection and boom, you've already 1 or 2 more pages or even more. I don't know how big your collections are. Or maybe draw all your shoes, or you can also plan outfits, which is something that I tend to do sometimes. Or if I have an outfit that I really like, I kind of take a visual note of it, so I will remember that I like that outfit, in fact, and I can re-wear it without needing to wonder what the hell of a combination of clothes I use for that outfit that I only vaguely have in my memory left anymore. And in the beginning I said you could also just throw your sketchbook down some stairs or something, and I did not actually mean that as a joke. Maybe it can help you if it doesn't, because sometimes a book can be so pretty and you don't want to ruin it. So by actually ruining it, you won't feel like your drawings will ruin it. Although that's actually not even possible because your drawings won't ruin anything. Because they're all part of the process. And trust me, I tend to forget that from time to time too, and then I always need to remind myself that, sometimes there's days where your art won't be great. You will doubt your entire existence. But just by continuing for a couple more days, you may find the one scribbly doodly drawing that actually is somewhat decent. And then we'll go uphill again, at least for a while. So yeah, don't give up and keep on drawing. Even if you feel like if you only draw like shit. I have that feeling a lot of times. Actually, I rarely really like drawings and paintings and stuff that I make. And I feel like a lot of artists actually feel like that, and sketchbooks are a perfect place where you can be vulnerable and get the bad drawings out, scribble, scratch, rip a page out. Although I wouldn't recommend doing that too often because then you would probably somehow destroy the binding of your book. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend ripping them out. I more so recommend sticking something over it or painting over it, or you could just fold it in half, or you can leave it and just put a piece of paper of it that you can lift up, because that's what I like to do. Because when I flip through, I don't need to look at it, but if I want to look at it to see on what I could improve on, I can still look at it like it's not shut forever, if that makes any sense. So I kind of have the flexibility. Yeah. We're already getting towards the end of the video, and I honestly don't have a lot to say anymore. If you have any more questions or maybe want me to show some possible ideas for sketchbook pages, I'm always open to do so. And besides that, if you're interested in crafty stuff and art, maybe consider subscribing to become part of the thing, whatever the thing is. I usually post on Mondays, mostly every other Monday, but I'm trying to post every Monday again. I don't know how long that will last, how well it will go, but yeah. See you on a Monday. Oh god, that was incredibly out of tune. Jesus Christ. Anyways, see you on Mondays. Have a nice day. Never stop drawing. And if you were drawing while watching this, or any other form of art or crafts, let me know, because I'm always curious what you are up to. So yeah. Anyways, bye.